Hi, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the month of August for the sign of Pisces. That's Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, or Pisces Rising. As I do this, it is July, and we are in the middle of a heat advisory here in southeastern Massachusetts. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Also, a lot of allergens in the air, I think. Oh, how very Pisces. Okay, so we're going to look at the sign of Pisces and just a brief sort of look at the astrological energies around Pisces. This is not by any means a complete um, evaluation of Pisces from an astrological perspective, just a little something before we do the card reading. I'm going to be using the Good Tarot. That's the tarot on top of the pile here. And I'm also going to be doing a oracle pull using the Mystic Sisters Oracle. So we'll see what that comes up for Pisces. Now, Pisces is a sign that is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is still at the last degree of Pisces. It's going to be there all summer, pretty much. Well, it actually goes to the second to the last degree of Pisces in September, which is, I guess, still officially summer. But it's sort of hanging around there. And every time a planet sort of moves from one sign to another, it's going to make an aspect to that Neptune and Pisces. Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac, and we're at the ruler of Pisces being at the last degree of Pisces. Now it is going to go in and out. It will be back at this degree. It goes into Aries next year, it goes back into Pisces, then into Aries. And, so it goes back and forth over that cusp. That's going to be a very interesting cusp. But we're not going to see that this month. So I will just leave it at that. That's going to be a very interesting time that we're in. And of course, Pisces as the sign of dissolution, we see a lot of our ideas, a lot of our thought forms, a lot of the structures that have sort of circumscribed our life changing. Of course, Saturn is in your sign, Pisces, and so Saturn is the structure of our consciousness. And in Pisces, it requires a shift and a change and a letting go of that which no longer serves, while sort of bubbling up in that great cosmic sea for the time when Saturn moves into Aries and sort of comes back up out of that. And all those experiences of Saturn and Pisces, we have sort of been through what do I want to call it? The spiritual, what is that thing that when they pat you on the bum? You run through the line and they smack you with the smack thing. Anyway, that thing. Obviously, I'm talking about Pisces because I can't remember a word. Very Pisces. And if you're experiencing that Pisces, or even if you're not a Pisces, maybe just have a Pisces moon, there is a sense of like, don't be afraid if you're forgetting stuff, because certain things should be forgotten. Okay, we're moving into a whole new sort of level of consciousness that perhaps memory isn't as important, because the memory holds the past, and it really is about moving into a new future. I'm seeing it in my head and I can't think of the word. If it comes to me during this reading, I will blurt it out. Anyway, so there's that. So you have Saturn in your sign, you have your ruler at the end of your sign. Things are dissolving away. Pisces can be a lot of emotional upheavals. We're certainly seeing that, emotional ups and downs, just something to be aware of. Okay. But it all comes out in the wash, as all Pisces know, and we will rise out of this changed, and I think changed for the better. So we will see what that means. All right, let us do a card reading. Let me just shuffle these up. I love these the good tarot. I love the art. It's by Colette Barry, excuse me, Reed. Allergies. Don't be nervous about me, okay? I know everybody, I cough and everybody gets nervous. Don't get nervous, just allergies. Okay, yeah, so great cards, beautiful cards. The mill? It's the mill, but going through the mill, but there's another word for it. Not treadmill, which I wouldn't suggest anybody do when the heat index is what it is. Life is enough of a treadmill. Got to run around in place. All right. We have the king of water here. The king of water. Absolutely fine, right? Neptune. Neptune himself. Look at that. He's even got his little trident behind him. So we are in a sea of feelings, a sea of emotions. The thing about Neptune and the king of water is to have dominion. So this is an opportunity this month to have dominion over your feelings, to be able to observe them, perhaps from a higher perspective, without necessarily making a judgment. It's really more about understanding and keeping them perhaps contained in a vessel that you can actually observe and learn from. That's what it feels like to me. It's crossed by the 9 of Earth. So the 9 of Earth is the self-made person. And it can make us, it's generally a really nice card. As a challenge, though, perhaps we're, okay, staying aware of the milieu that we're in, this cosmic sort of morphogenic field, while still keeping your feet on the ground and keeping yourself and your resources protected. I think it's an energy of not throwing out the baby with the bathwater, but let me see what's underneath it, because that'll just determine. Okay, so we have the messenger of Earth. So this is not to forget in all of this sort of tidal wave energy that we have, to forget the like nuggets that we want to bring forth into the next the next world, so to speak. I'm trying to give it language, and we're talking about Pisces. There's almost really it's a feeling. It's not so much a language, and maybe that's why I'm having trouble with words right now. I'm in the Pisces energy. I have my Pisces up there. I'm in a blue and green room, very Piscean, and I'm wearing my Pisces clothes and so like if I wanted to come up with words right now, I'd probably have hematite hanging around my neck, but I don't. So perhaps I need to get some. All right. Keeping the core, keeping the seed of our experience. You wanna plant that. But it's just at the beginning. The pages or the messengers are just at the beginning of things. It's implanted on the planet, right? It's an implant on the planet that needs to be eventually nurtured to grow. So through this sort of wash of cosmic flow and change, and where everything seems to be morphing together, we hold on to perhaps the seed of wisdom. This also suggests that you take care of your body. It's important this month, especially, that you focus on your health. The messenger of Earth is a Virgo vibration, so we want to keep that balance between the earthly, Virgo, and the divine, which is Pisces. In the past, we have the High Priestess. This is a moon on the Tree of Life. This is connected to the moon. It's direct connection from spirit to the heart. And so you have been downloaded with a truth, with something has been revealed to you, and something that was hidden is now being seen. And because of that, well, I'll just say that something hidden has been revealed to you. And we find ourselves in this sort of King of Cups energy, squared by the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is also a Virgo card. So again, there is this balance between spirit and body, spirit and body. And of course, in August, we have the sun move into Virgo, which is your opposite sign. And so we will be paying attention to, and of course, Virgo is also harvest, right? So harvesting the fruits of your labors. In the sky, we have the Four of Fire, fours are always about stabilizing, and fire is spirit. And so I'm going to say that spirit has your back. Your intuition is your intuition will help you find some semblance of stability. Not your emotion so much, but your intuition's different. We have feelings and we have intuitive flashes. Those intuitive flashes, you will sort of see, I think you'll see things that are future oriented, but structures. You'll see structures. Okay, so that's what I want to say about that. In the immediate future, the Page of Fire, this is another page. It's another messenger, listening to that intuition, listening. You're going to be getting a lot of information coming in through your intuitive facility. You have to pay attention to the messages you're receiving, and I would suggest you write them down. Because with Pisces, you can just sort of go along and you're like, ooh, ah, and then you forget to write it down. Write it down, because it's going to come in handy, I think, when Neptune moves out of Pisces and moves into Aries and then can join Saturn in Aries. There's something about this time that's going to help you to plant the seed for your next step, whatever that means. How it's seen from the outside, the Two of Fire, you're seen as somebody who has big dreams, big ideas, maybe not quite there to see how they're going to manifest for you. Your domestic situation, the Ace of Air, this is the Ace of Swords. So a decision will be made in your domestic situation. Perhaps you have a choice to make and you make it. You say, oh, I'm going to do this, right? So there's that, and it clears things up, clears the air, new beginnings. It also can be new mental projects, new ideas, and then actually acting on a new idea. But it's right at its inception. It's right at the beginning. So you don't have to you just have to take the step. Once the decision is made, you take the step. Hopes and fears, the Hermit. Perhaps you're wishing you could just hide away. Trip the light, fantastic. Could also be a fear that you're questioning whether you have the wisdom. You do. It does require some introspection though, which you're not really, you are, well, I'm not, I have a Pisces moon, right? So I'm very introspective, but I'm not sure it's my moon that makes me introspective. I think it's my moon that makes me connect with all things around me. That's why nature is such an important part of my world. Even more so, when I was a kid, I grew up in the city, and there wasn't a whole lot of nature to commune with. And so you would commune with the people in your life, with your family. So I was very in communion with my family. When I moved away from my family, because I grew up in New Jersey, and most of my family still lives in New Jersey, and I moved up here to Massachusetts, I sort of separated myself out from that sort of everyday communing with my family and ended up communing with nature instead. And so you're communing with something when you're a Pisces. The outcome is the Six of Air. This is moving out of troubled waters. You're starting to sail. You're going to sail across. You might actually go on a sailboat, or you might go on a boat where you're going from one place to another. Perhaps I need to go to Martha's Vineyard this August. Yeah, that would be fun. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pick 3 to see if I can get a major arcana. I get the 8 of Waters, turning your back on something you've put a lot of energy into, but no longer. You're abandoning something that doesn't fulfill you. So there may be some projects you're letting go. And there's your card, the Moon, Pisces, ups and downs, emotional ups and downs. So there's a lot of emotionality this month. And so you need to keep that in mind as you journey over the sea, and find the calmer waters. This is about calming the mind, calming the mind. And I think the messages from spirit are going to be the thing that calms you down. All right, let's take a look. Oh, let's see what's underneath it. Oh, the 10 of Earth, prosperity. Ooh, the King of Earth, learning how to manifest. And the Page of Air, which is the truth seeker, the one who finds the truth in the matter. So there's a lot of potential for you underneath it all. If you listen to spirit, if you have dominion over your feelings, if you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, and if you calm your mind. So it's actually a good reading. It's really quite nice, which I'm happy to see because I have Pisces moon. All right, I'm going to pull a Mystic Sister Oracle. This is actually the deck that inspired me to name Ona and my lives that we do, Mystic Sisters, because I thought it was apt. All right, let me I shuffled these cards. You put them in the wrong direction, so it's not even ill disposed. It's just like some you can see and some you can't. Okay, let's do this. All right, Pisces, and me mixing it all up. Doesn't matter, you still pick the right one, even if you mix it all up. So I do want to mention that we're in an 8-month in August, and we're in an 8-year. Now, last month, we were in a 7-month and an 8-year, and the vibration for July was the devil, the choice between the light and the dark. 16/7 is the vibration of August, and there is no choice. Actually, well, there really is no choice. You have to be your true self. All the facades fall away, and we see what is truly there. So the light is shining. The light will be shining. For some, it'll be a tower moment. For others, it'll be an affirmation of what they have come to understand about themselves. So exciting times, exciting times. All right, let's see. What do we have? Awakening. That's the tower, guys. I mean, it's not the tower in this deck, but it is awakening. So you are waking up. Is that the alarm clock? One of the things I say about awakening is we're having a mass awakening, right? And just like you have your alarm clock next to your bed, some people wake up before the alarm, right? And they're like, oh, I'm going to wake up before the alarm, and they shut the alarm off and they get their day going. Then there are those people who wake up before the alarm and say, oh man, the alarm's going to go off. Let me just get a little more sleep. And then you go back into that sort of beautiful, like just in sleep when you're dreaming and you're like, it's wonderful. And then the alarm goes off and then you get up and you're like, damn it. And it puts you in a bad mood, actually. So you wake up with the alarm a little pissed off, a little confused, but you knew it was coming. You're like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Why did I go back to sleep? Right? There's that. And then there are the people who are dead asleep and the alarm goes off and they wake up and they're like completely flummoxed. They don't know where they are. They're like, what's that noise? What's happening? There are a lot of people like that. And then there are those people who don't wake up at all. So everybody's at a different level when we go into an awakening. What level are you? Were you up before the alarm? Did you press the snooze button and then get mad that it took you out of your dream world and now you have to deal with reality? Or were you dead asleep and now you don't know where you are, right? These are the levels that people are experiencing at this time. So when I say this just so we can have compassion for each other, Not everybody is at the same level, and everybody's going to experience this awakening in a different way. It's not for us to judge, it's for us to understand our own awakening. Sprouting, new beginning, and dawning. The awakening goddess opens her eyes. Oh, you know what? I'll hold it up so you can see, because these are so pretty. The awakening goddess opens her eyes to a fresh world bursting with life. She's, excuse me. I have a little fan blowing in the pollen for me here. She sprouts from the earth and is thoroughly grounded. However, she has been dreaming for so long, she finds she has become entangled in roots. New beginnings and awakenings simultaneously offer. Ooh, my glasses are actually steaming up. That's how hot it is. Exhilaration and recognition of the substantial struggles ahead. Drawing this card suggests that you have found yourself in such a state, but trust that the momentum of nature is on your side. The spring goddess encourages you to trust in your own innate abilities to make progress and to have faith that you will push through. You will push through, not to worry. Wow, thank you very much. Mystic Sisters, makes me feel good. All right, I hope that's helpful for you. Please stay safe this month. It is a 16/7 month after all. It is a Tower month. Be your true self. And if you're not sure who that might be, just stay in your heart, because that's who you truly are. We are who we are. We are what our heart says, what our heart knows. We are what our heart knows, right? And even if you're not even sure what that is, just do this. Put your hand on your heart and bless that you have one. The beating heart of your body is the beating heart of the world, is the beating heart of the solar system. It's the sun, right? So, and this is a high time for the sun, right? It's the dog days of summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. The sun's in Leo for the beginning of the month. It is a heart-centered time. Love thyself. And when you love yourself, you'll end up loving your neighbors as well, without judgment. Take care, everyone. Namaste.